Hello everybody, this is Katerina Pavlou from the Lightworks Method, and I am starting my broadcasting series with a Halloween special. I will be doing videos for each star sign and an additional one. I am featured in the Playful magazine, which is a very new edition. It is in Berlin, and you can find my horoscopes in here. You can also find an article about me. This is me. So this is for November, December and January 2019-2020, and you can find it in cafes and restaurants in Berlin. It is like the first issues are for free, so make sure you check it out when you see it. It's a very, very interesting, very Berlin, very beautiful magazine, very uncensored, and just like beautiful work. There's going to be an online version of the Playful magazine, and of course you will find me on my own webpage as well, which is going to be online soon. And this is the Halloween special for Cancer. We're doing a jack-o'-lantern reading suggested by Stacey DeMarco herself, the creator of the cards. This is supposed to be, what the reading is all about. So, dear Cancer, this is your situation. Ooh, come here, come closer. This is the deeper roots of your situation. This is your obstacle, or to me, circumstances as well. This is the fear. What's keeping you back, maybe. This is your solution, or the suggestion of how to go about this thing. And this is your outcome. What's going to happen if you actually follow the advice of the card in the 5th position? So we're going to go right in. Trick or treat, mischief and play. Very Halloween theme. Very interesting also to come in a situation position. So in the issue, in the question, in the theme position. So the question here is there something happening in this Halloween particularly? So shall we take this as an indication of time and space? This instance, this Halloween, like this Thursday, 2019, 31st of October. Is there something happening right now, which maybe has absolutely nothing to do with the theme of the card? We can see later on the significators as well in the clarifiers. But if we just take the theme of the card, mischief and play, this is about how seriously you take situations or life in general, or how much do you allow yourself just to play, to be playful, to be, go through shortcuts in life, to just follow a little bit of a crazy energy that makes things happen for us. How comfortable you are also with the notion of things just falling into your lap instead of having to work very, very hard for and about everything. Now, the other card that we're going to go into, the second one, the background of the situation, the root, I call it, to your tree, the hearth. Happiness in our hearts and in our homes. So it seems that you have a very great desire here. Fire connects with our inner fire, it connects with our life energy, it represents our will. I noticed that before because this card came up also in another reading of another star sign, and I love the little spiral that is forming there in the fire pattern. It is interrupted. It is as if we have a spiral, a three-dimensional spiral. We have a vertical level, and then, oh, excuse me, we have a parallel level, and then we have like the verticality of the log coming in, like pointing a figure, like the wand of a magician. I think I said the other reading. Actually, the tool of our manifestation, of all magic, to put it this way. I think you're in a very good place, and I think you're also very much connected to your energy. You're very much connected to your life energy. You're very much connected to your creativity. You're very much connected to your sexuality, to your will, to your desire. You pretty much know what you want. You really know what, like moves you and everything. And maybe this comes in this position to tell you not to, brush over it. Or maybe it is also here to tell you that laughter and joy is also something that is very much connected to the element of fire, to the will and the joy. This is a very warm thing. The playing, this movement, this humor, this liberty to disrupt situations and realities and put them like upside down and see them differently. This is a very, very creative energy. So it is a very fiery energy, and this is where your fire is going in right now, or maybe this is what your fire right now wants to be expressed through. So I don't know if you've been taking things a little bit too seriously, or I don't know if this is actually has connotations with mischief in play, meaning maybe you tried ways that they're maybe not as, how should I put it, as well walked by others, or they're completely new, or they're in gray areas because nobody really knows how these things work. I'm not saying you should do anything illegal or highly moral. I'm just saying that maybe you're moving into realms that they haven't been discovered that much before. And maybe that's exactly this sense of exploration that you need to express right now. And it could be also theater play, it could be sports, so any connotations we have with play here. It could be your business, but it could have a very playful character. It could be a business in entertainment. So anything that you go into this area is, if you have trouble with that, remember, this does come from your inner desire. This does come from your fire. This does come from the core of the very self of you. So I think you should maybe the cards here suggest that you actually allow this flow one way or another. So what stands in your way, or what actually, paves this way for you? The underworld, where all things pause and begin again. So this pomegranate is the symbol of Persephone. Persephone is the daughter of Persephone, is the daughter of Demeter, and she's basically, her story is the explanation or the symbolism of the change of the seasons. Something is changing here. The seasons are changing here, and we're going from the summer through autumn. We're going to the winter, and the winter is where we actually let go a little. The rhythm goes down. We think about what we really want to do. Maybe we also, regenerate and adjust and create new plans and think, what do we want to bring into life and to fruition in the spring? Pomegranate is something very lucky. It is the symbol of Persephone. We also see it very often on the High Priestess in the Tarot, because she's between worlds, communicator between worlds, meaning there's more than catches the eye. Right now, Halloween, the worlds, the layer of the worlds is so thin right now. Things can move in and out, like you can grasp things, you can understand things, you can relive things, you can manifest so much faster maybe as well, I would say yes. And maybe you do need a little bit of a pause to start again. So either you are at a time right now where you're manifesting really fast and you have loads of luck with that, and because of that, Or it is that you are just a step before that, meaning you need to take a little bit of a break to let it happen. You know, like we need to stop moving for a second to realize that we've actually there. We'll go to your fear. The veil, the future. Now, I'm not necessarily going to take this as your fear, to be honest. I am going to say that this is maybe what you either makes you not move very much, or not being like very playful, maybe that makes you a little bit too serious, my dear Cancer, or it is that you do not see it yet, you do not see the future yet because you're not supposed to. Like you will when the time comes. Because if the future right now stresses you, that means that you are actually limiting your manifestations possibilities, meaning you're manifesting with what you think it is possible instead with the trust that everything is possible. So what you're creating it with the limitations of the past, and you really, really don't need to do that. Sometimes not seeing, sometimes closing our eyes gives us inspiration. Dreams happen when we do not, at the time of the day that we do not perceive reality, and that is when we have our eyes closed. So I would say that if you do actually have any fear for the future, you worry about the future too much, then, you know, place maybe exactly what you should do and what you should not do. If on the other hand you have a very clear picture of the future and you're not afraid of it, but you don't, maybe you do have a very clear picture of the future, then I would say, you know what? Very nice that you have it, set it aside now, take a pause, take a break, think about something else, if this is something that you're trying to create, and, you know, let it happen a little bit, because just by pausing is going to give your brain, is going to rest, it's going to start scanning new possibilities, and you're going to manifest like so much more powerfully and with so much less limitation and with so much more potential. If you just take a break a little bit. It's the same thing. It's a different thing when you work 8 hours straight. It's a different thing when you work a few hours, then you take a power nap, then you take a break, then, delegate a little bit, leave some things for the next day. Productivity actually goes up and you have so many more ideas because you're having more fun with it. Wearing ourselves out is not really the right way to go. And a lot of people actually start rethinking about hard work and working 8 hours a day and all these things. If you don't have any fear for the future, but if you have a very clear picture about how it is supposed to go, and that is in some way your security, and either it allows you to play, but not completely, because you really do not want to break that image or make anything that jeopardizes this good plan, then I would say use it as a security to enable you to play. So now you have a good plan. If things go that way, fantastic, that's your plan A. But if through pause and reflection, you actually get inspiration through the illumination here to have another plan, a better plan, then this your first plan, is going to be your plan B. So no matter what, you're covered. And if, on the other hand, you're not afraid of the future, third possibility, but you also have no clear picture of it, and that maybe makes you a little bit insecure, fear not, because while you don't know what is going on, your luck is working to bring everything into a perfect form for you. It is actually good that way. You're not supposed to necessarily see exactly how things are going to go. Maybe because that is going to limit your bravery, your foolishness, your playfulness. Anything that is creative and can manifest, can give to that what you manifest right now, the biggest and greatest form. So there's a reason that we don't always see what we want to see. And that is because maybe there's more than that what meets the eye. And here we go to the illumination card, the skull of light. And that is your solution, or that is your recommendation of how to go about this. You see, a lot of this happens when we sleep. A lot of this happens when we close our eyes and we dull the senses that they are so precise about how we perceive the world, and we allow our instincts to take place, our imagination to take their place. Illumination happens through the third eye as well. So maybe you need not know, because just by knowing, you already limit the result of your perfect manifestation. And just by not knowing and trusting that, and by playing and by allowing some things just to happen, some things just to fall on your lap, some things just to be different than you expect, you get exactly the best out of the situation, and not just information for how to manifest right now, but knowledge that you can apply and use later on. This kind of knowledge changes you, my dear Cancer. This kind of knowledge changes you. It is there for you to hold and have. And what happens if you actually follow that? Then, you know, it is a risk. It is a risk to move forward blindly, but it is rewarded. The apple, then when we cut, we have the 5-point star created by its seeds, the apple of knowledge, the sweetness of life, the forbidden apple. Maybe that's why the word risk is there. To risk, to dare, you know, to go get something that you're not supposed to go get, or to be playful about a situation that you're supposed to be very, very serious about. That is where your real reward is. I would say that this card here, this underworld, is actually telling you dare. Dare to go for that what you do not see. Dare to let your subconscious do the work for you. Trust the universe to work for you. Trust your higher self to work for you. Trust your subconsciousness to give the information. Trust your instinct. Trust this here. Trust that impulse that you have to just nurture yourself, to be happy, to enjoy, to be happy that just because you're alive, because that's all you need in order to create. That's the spiral of life, of creation right there. I love the fact that the apple is bitten in a heart shape. Feed your heart. Feed your heart. There's so much abundance in the world. There's so much joy. There's so much knowledge. There's so much reward. Risk and you will be rewarded. I will now use my own oracle. It's a small one because it really helps me, you know, just get a little bit on point. To clarify who in the best way, just by using one word. These blank ones, see them as your joker. You can write on them whatever you need. So whatever, like your intuition says, like right now, whatever you hear and you think that I'm saying it, but I'm not the one saying it, whatever pops into mind, like feel free to write it there. Feel free to create this reading together with me. You're driven by desire. Your fire is your will. It's your desire. Take the time, spell, concentrate on that, what you actually desire, and then go for it. If you're already moving into that direction, keep moving into that direction, because what you're creating, my dear Cancers, it's beauty. You're actually giving to your creation the most amazing form it can get, the perfect form it can get. And that is why maybe you are not to already limit this creation with what you think right now, because after this pause, after Persephone has come back from the underworld, you will have much information, much information, and through your illumination, you're going to have such a bigger picture of what beauty means. I will, here, gone to the hearth, another joker. Guys, Write on that card whatever you feel like writing. I have several of these in here. Philosopher's Stone. You know what you're creating. You're creating life right now. You're transmuting things right now. So by pausing, by going within, you're actually creating things in the outside world. So, you know, cook your food, take your time, nourish your heart. You have all the time in the world. Spell, pause. Travel. Leave that what you know. Go forward. Go sideways. Go, move, go, keep going. Explore new places, literally and metaphorically. New destinations. Allow yourself to be inspired by new things. Allow yourself to have desires that you never had. It's a journey, maybe. That could also be another way to take this card. Ooh. You're very precise right now. You're very precise in creating new realities. Trust your feeling. Totally trust your feeling. That's the only thing you need to do. If you want some caution into this trickery playfulness, trust your feeling. That's all you need to do. Stop as a choice. You don't have to try and see. If that is something that is uncomfortable, how to make it comfortable? Let's ask. Ride the wave. Stand on the water. Stand on the wave. Ride the wave. Have some fun with it. Keep your eyes in love right now. This illumination is going to open your eyes for love right now. If you are in love right now, if actually what you're thinking about right now, what we're talking, the situations we're talking about are love situations, then don't worry about it, because you will know what to do soon enough. Maybe one for rewards, and then we will go for the apple. The apple. Life comes and gives it to you. There you go, my dear. Eat and enjoy. And then we'll pull one card for the Witch's Wisdom, from the Witch's Wisdom, because it's Halloween. I'll take this one. To your heart's content. Risk to your heart's content, because you're getting everything that you want. Will. Your will is manifesting. Your will is happening. Your desire is happening. Give it, concentrate on your desire, not on what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, guys, I'm not taking all of these. No way, there are too many. Then what I saw was Ostara, so it's like Eastern, it's like after the winter, so it's exactly what we're saying. Pause, a new life is happening, new life is coming. Rest is part of movement. Exhaling is part of breathing. when you meditate on your breath, you're supposed to hold it as well. To pause, literally to pause. One card from the Witch's Oracle. Two cards from the Witch's Oracle. I'm good with that. The one I saw, the one I cheated and looked at. That's a good. And ritual, invocation. You see here the spell. Spell actually relates to the time that we take for something, not just the words that we say. Spell is a description of time, not of text. But very wisely, we call spells the words that we say, because that's what gives our brain time to, get used to new ideas. Ask for what you want. If you're a witch and you like doing witchcraft, if you like doing ritualistic work, if you're religious, if you want to talk to yourself or to your higher self or anything like that, ask. Invite love in, definitely, to do your work. And incubation, Ostara, everything starts with the womb. Let it first, pause. It's, to me, this card is basically confirms and takes this card a little bit further. When you're ready, when it's ready, it's gonna happen. Spring is gonna come, new life is gonna start, and oh my God, there's gonna be so much speed, so much happening, orgiastic nature. That's what I see here. That's it for you, my dear Cancer. Loads of love from me, Katerina Pavlou, and the Lightworks Method. Happy Halloween and have a great time.